All right, third graders, we are back with some more math fun. Right now, all I need is you and your thinking brains because we are just going to walk through some things and you're going to think about what we could do to solve this. All right, what would this first shape be called? Try to think about that. Remember, four sides. No right angles, but I do see that this line is parallel with this line. That means they'll never touch if we draw them. So if it's a quadrilateral, it has four sides and it has one set of parallel lines, this would be called a trapezoid. Good. What's this one? If I turn it different ways, it looks like all of the sides are the exact same length, and this line is parallel to this line, and this line's parallel to this line. So two sets of parallel lines. All the sides are the same, but no right angles. That is a rhombus. Say that word with me, rhombus. Great. And this side and this side are parallel and the same size, and this side are parallel and the same size. But they're not all the same size, and they don't have right angles. That will be what? A parallelogram. Good job. If that's what you guessed, two sets of parallel lines, parallelogram. Okay, great work. Here is my question to you that I need you to think about. How would I measure, or how would I solve the distance around my shapes? How would I measure this distance around my shapes? Think about how I could measure. If I took a pencil and I traced this shape, how could I figure out the distance or the measurements of all the sides around my shape? So if I went like this, I traced it, how could I figure out this distance, this measurement? How could I figure that out for all of my shapes? Come up with some ideas in your head. How could I find the distance around all of these shapes? Think about what tools we use to measure. Maybe you're thinking the ruler we have at home. How could you use the ruler to measure all of our sides, all of the distance around our shape? Maybe you've seen it in my classroom and maybe you've seen it in your classroom, but a tape measure, right? The really, really long ruler, it's called a tape measure, and some of them bend and some of them stick straight out. Maybe we could use that, a measuring tape, to wrap all the way around our shape. How would we do that? A measuring tape might be a little bit more difficult because we'd have to wrap it all the way around and it might be hard to be exact. But let's say I took my ruler and I'll say this top is 2. These sides are the same length, so it's 3. And then this straight line on the bottom is 4. What would my answer be? What would the distance be? If this side was 2, these sides were 3, and the bottom was 4. How much would my shape be? Well, 3 plus 3 is 6, and I know 6 and 4 are a 10, right? 3 and 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus my last 2 is 12. But guess what? It is so important to use our units. So I'm going to say these are inches, because if you guessed that these were centimeters, you would have a much smaller shape than this. So I'm using inches. It's always important to write with our units so we know what we're measuring in. If I said 2 feet, 2 feet is way different than 2 inches. So we always, always, always have to put our unit or our label. Awesome. Let's say that this is 2. And this is 2, and this is 2, and this is 2. What's my distance? What's my distance around this shape if they're all 2 centimeters? What's my distance if they're all 2 centimeters? Well, I see 4 2s. So 4 times 2 or 2 times 4 is what? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8 centimeters. Good. What is the perimeter of my parallelogram? And you might be thinking, Miss Schmidt, what is the perimeter? Well, we have just been measuring the outside distance of our shape. So what do you think perimeter means? The perimeter means the distance around a shape. Perimeter is distance around a shape. We've done area before, right? The area is the area inside of a shape. We've done it with rectangles and squares. Now we're doing the perimeter. The perimeter is outside. So if I said this was 4 and 4 and 2 and 2, because parallelograms have two sides that are the same and the other two sides are the same. And let's do feet this time. Feet. Imagine all of these are feet. 4 feet, 4 feet, 2 feet, and 2 feet. What is my P going to equal? What is my perimeter going to equal? Let's say that word together. Perimeter, the distance on the outside. What is my perimeter going to be if I have 2 feet, 2 feet, 4 feet, and 4 feet? Well, 4 and 2 is 6, and 4 and 2 is 6. So what's 6 plus 6? Or I could go 4 plus 4 is 8. I know 8 plus 2 is 10, and then add another 2. If you said your perimeter is 2 feet, you are correct. When we do perimeter, we just use the unit that's there. When we do the area inside, we have to do square units, if you remember that, because we're measuring in squares on the inside. But since we're doing the outside, the perimeter, the distance on the outside, it is just that unit, that feet, or that centimeters, or that inch. Great work, everyone. I am going to have you open up to journal page 114, and you're going to need your rulers out. See you there.